Well, today, business groups again came together to protest the government's proposed same job, same pay industrial relations changes. The urgency of this protest is now more pronounced as the government last night supported an amendment by the Greens that'll see more disputes about enterprise bargaining dragged before the Fair Work Commission, adding to the complexity and the time for agreements to be made. Andrew McKellar is Chief Executive of the Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, was among those protesting today and joins me from Canberra. Andrew, many thanks for your time. Just explain the technicalities of what this deal with the Greens means for employers in the future doing deals with their workers.
Well, great to be with you, Ross. The government pushed through 89 amendments last night. It did so on top of 800 existing pages of legislation. Basically, no debate, no discussion. As you say, one of those amendments, or a set of those amendments, relate to proposals that the Greens have actually put forward. Here, they're amending areas of intractable bargaining determinations. So if you have a dispute that's already difficult to resolve, taking it into the Commission, having it arbitrated, but importantly here, basically saying that the Commission has to come out with a determination that is favourable to the employees. Clearly all it does is provide an incentive for those militant unions, CFMEU, the Maritime Union, the ETU, the Transport Workers Union. Let's draw out disputes, let's make it harder to resolve, let's get it into the Commission, let's get it arbitrated, and let's make sure that we can win the debate.
So why would the government, which is determined to try and get economic growth moving, which wants to get inflation down, which wants to keep people in jobs, why would they endorse this, given the fact that they certainly say that they want more people to stay in jobs long term? This doesn't actually provide the incentive.
Well, it's completely nonsensical, of course, Ross. It is very strange. The government is basically overriding its own legislation. They clearly want to do a deal with the Greens in an effort to try and get this through the Senate within the next couple of months. But you're absolutely right. And from an employer point of view, from a business point of view, that's our fundamental concern. This is damaging the relationship with business. It is going to add to all of the situation that we have at the moment with rising costs for households, for business, 13 interest rate increases. We're trying to keep people in jobs. We're trying to keep the economy stronger for longer. But here we have this legislation coming in doing nothing for productivity. We are concerned that this is ultimately going to be damaging for the economy.
And it also has an impact on inflation, because given that wages claims are likely to be higher with this, not lower, that adds to inflation and therefore the pressure on interest rates. And certainly you'll see a situation very shortly where wages, real wages, are growing because those wages growth will be higher than what the inflation rate is.
Well, this is precisely the danger that the Reserve Bank has been warning about. We've heard the comments, so it's very clearly the government's policy. But look, it's almost nothing short of just printing money. It's going to be inflationary. You're going to end up just adding into nominal wages in the short term. But ultimately, if that's not offset by productivity, and we've seen productivity actually going backwards, not even growing, more slowly in the past 12 months. So all of that, I think, is a very worrying recipe. I'm sure it's something the Reserve Bank will be looking at closely. Of course, we don't want to see further interest rate increases in the months ahead or in early next year. But the economics of this just does simply not stack up.
Andrew McKellar from the Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, many thanks for your time today.
Thank you, Ross.